Hey everyone, welcome back to Jardev. Today I'm taking a look at the demo for an upcoming game called Girls. This is on Kickstarter at the time of recording this, and it's also got a free demo on Steam. I'm taking a look at this demo at the request of Sean Heatherley, who got to request this because he backs at the top tier of my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Jardev. Looks like they've scheduled the release for May 2021 on Steam, and the short description reads, 4 adorable, charming girls, in quotations, in maid costumes, one cafe. They're whipping up a latte with your name on it, but don't fall in love too quickly. Come for the cross-dressing boys, stay for the plot. So Sean pointed out that I've played a few, I've covered a few Yuri visual novels on the channel before, but no yaoi ones, so here we are, playing Girls. Apparently it's quite a short demo, should get through it in just this one video. Let's check it out. Oh, here we are, right in Akihabara. I take in a deep breath as I step out of the subway and onto the sidewalk. High above, the sun greets me with a warm welcome. I can already tell this day will be my turning point. Farewell months of ruthless job searching, fruitless interviews, and daily cold calls to every employment office in the country. The streets of Akihabara, filled with bright colours and neon signs, are a sight to behold. That isn't to mention the huge billboard-style advertisements for manga and anime hung on all the tall buildings. This is the otaku capital of Japan, after all. Of course, Akihabara is also the technology capital of Japan, but nowadays that isn't exactly at the forefront of its tourism advertising. How the times change. Although it's somewhat intimidating to experience for the first time, from now on this place will be my home. It would be way too busy for me to live there. It's insane there. Assuming my belongings safely arrive in my new apartment anyway, but what's the chance that something actually gets lost? As I continue along, I pass rows of gigantic anime goods stores, custom-tailored cosplay shops, and hip high-fashion boutiques. They certainly aren't the kinds of things you'd expect to find on some random street in Nagano or Nara, for example. Several minutes later, I come upon a block of restaurants and cafes that extends as far as the eye can see. Seems just a little bad for business, but it clearly works for the area, so I brush my apprehension aside and open my mind. Girls. Finally, I find my destination, a small cafe with beautiful decor covering its exterior. Above the entrance, a cute pink plaque reads Girls Cafe. Despite spending years studying management in university, this was the single place of employment in Japan that would hire me after graduation. In that sense, I can't possibly be more thankful for its existence. It's only an added bonus that it serves my favorite kind of snacks. As I move towards the door, a beautiful girl wearing a frilly maid costume steps in front of me, extending a printed advertisement in my direction with her gracefully thin wrists. When our eyes meet, I instinctively scan her features. Her large round violet eyes are decorated by long eyelashes that perfectly frame them, and her small peach-colored lips pop out wonderfully against her porcelain skin. She's not actually a girl, I'm sure you've figured it out from the description. Without a doubt, she's gorgeous, perhaps even the most attractive woman I've seen with my own 2 eyes. There's a slider for voices in the sound settings, but obviously this is just a demo, so presumably that is a feature for the future game, for the full game. Hello master, might I interest you in checking out our little cafe? We'll be sure to sate your appetite. Just has the deepest voice. And the playable character is like, oh yeah, really cute girl. Yes, I was just going there. Only if you'll be serving me. Oh, animation, hooray. Oh my, is that so? The girl's cheeks become bright red against her pale skin, further highlighting her beauty. She quickly retracts the flyer, placing it back on top of her stack. How embarrassing. I certainly didn't mean to get in your way, master. I hope you'll accept my sincere apology. That's me. There's no need for that. If anything, I'm happy to see the employees here are working so hard. Greet her politely. As I understand it, we're the boss now. My name is Beljohn. Great, that's worked out perfectly. From today forward, I'll be the manager at the Girls Cafe. I look forward to working together. Oh my, I had no idea. I did hear about there being a new manager, but I wasn't told you were arriving today. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance, Bel-san. My name is Kaduki Sena. Please don't be afraid to come to me if you have any questions. Thank you, Kaduki-kun. I'll let you know. There's no need to be so formal. Please, just call me Sena. Sena-kun it is. Hehe, yes, I quite like the sound of that. Now then, why don't I show you inside? Is that okay? Don't you need to pass out flyers? Yeah, get back to work. It'll be fine. It's almost time for my break anyway. Don't worry, I'm not trying to shirk my duties or anything sneaky like that. I don't believe you. Alright, I'll take your word for it, Sena-kun. Kaduki Sena. Although I don't know much about her yet, I can tell she's a force of nature. How? How did you get that? She has the kind of unparalleled beauty that turns the heads of men and women alike, and every word she speaks seems almost perfectly calculated. If nothing else, this job is certainly a perfect fit for her. Allow me to lead the way then. With a wink, Sena hops ahead of me and opens the door with a slight playful bow. Thank you. As I enter the cafe, a rush of warm air brushes against me, and the light, delightful scent of fruit fills my nose. Look at the cats! From a sensory standpoint, this cafe is already several steps above the rest. Almost immediately, oh wow, look at the boobs on that one. I can objectify a man. Almost immediately, 3 heads turn towards me from their respective areas of the cafe, each beautiful in her own way. The only one who approaches me, however, is the short girl with a tomboyish shock of blonde hair. The other 2 remain where they are, continuing to serve guests. Hi, how can I help you today, master? Before I can reply, Sena steps in front of me with a surprised half smile, her long dark hair fluttering past, contrasting her co-worker's appearance. Oh, Ayase-san. This isn't a customer. No, this is the new manager. The girl named Ayase tilts her head to the side ever so slightly and observes me for a good few seconds. Finally, a realization rises behind her eyes. I kinda remember hearing something about that. What happened to the last guy again? Something about not wanting to give a certain impression? Too bad. He was kinda funny. Sorta liked him. Ayase-san, never realized you felt that way. I'm so sorry. No skin of my teeth. What? It's not the saying. Just thought it was hilarious to watch him squirm from a little teasing, you know? Ayase-san, isn't that a little... Let them continue. Oh, what? Nanase-kun sure didn't seem to mind. Perhaps not, but she was also complicit in your so-called teasing. Hahaha, exactly, it was hella fun. You truly should not say that. Jokes aside, that's very unladylike of you. Pfft, it's fine. Ain't nobody asking me to serve them because I'm the picture of feminine charm. That's what they ask for you or Hayasaka-kun for. Even so, teasing your superiors, it's unprofessional. You've always been uptight, haven't you, Sena-chan? Sena's lips flip into a tight frown, her delicate eyebrows creasing. It's an adorable pout, to say the least. Ayase-san, please. With a sigh, Ayase crosses her arms over her chest and shrugs. Fine. I'm sorry, Kay. I just... Never mind. Well then, perhaps we should continue on. The floor is a tad busy today, so why don't the 2 of you head to the office while I speak with the others? I'm sure it'll cause less confusion this way. I have no objections. Since there aren't any real alternatives, I nod at Sena. With that, she begins to walk off, but then abruptly turns around. Ah, do you know where the office is? It's fine, I can show him where it is. How did that not even occur to you? Oh, good idea. Thank you, Ayase-san. Did I mention it, Sena-chan? As Sena heads onto the floor, Ayase motions for me to follow her down the little hallway near the kitchen. At the end of the hall, there's a door with a plaque that reads Manager's Office above it. Ayase moves aside to allow me to stand in front of it, and I reach into my pocket to grab my key. A short moment later, the door is unlocked, we step inside together. As a rush of dust hits my nostrils, I flick the light switch on. All in all, it's a nice office. A bit cramped, but it leaves nothing for want. There's even space to keep one's personal belongings stashed away. There's a fucking lot of space. Ayase steps ahead of me and nudges herself into a corner by the side of the main desk, making herself comfortable by leaning against the wall. I follow suit and take a seat at my desk, brushing the top layer of dust off the surface as I do so. So, you into this kind of thing? What kind of thing? You do know what kind of cafe this is, don't you? If you don't, well, this is gonna be interesting. I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry. Well, we should probably wait for the others. They'll, be able to explain it better, or something. Sure, whatever you think is best, Ayase-kun. Yeah, this'll be fun. The door clicks open. Sena walks in first, followed by two unfamiliar women, one with nape-length silver hair and piercing blue eyes. The other, just a few inches shorter than the first, with lengthy lilac locks and twinkling eyes of a similar shade. The silver-haired girl undeniably gives off a commanding presence. Despite her casual demeanor, I can't take my eyes off of her. It's no surprise when she stands directly in front of my desk, her gaze meeting mine. Hello, sorry I wasn't able to greet you before, but I was a little preoccupied. I'm sure you get it. Yes. I nod, eliciting a smile from the woman as she places her hands on her hips. I'm Nanase Nagisa. Nice to meet you, Mr. Manager.
Welcome aboard, Mr. Manager.
Wow, I'm Mr. Manager.
Well, manager. We would just say manager.
I can't wait to see what wonderful work you do for us. I'm sure it will be wonderful. Oh my, don't put too much pressure on our brand new manager, Nanase-kun. We don't want to scare him away before he has gone to do a single task. Exactly. It's hard enough to find people willing to take a job at a place like this, you know? The girl standing in the far corner steps forward with an indiscernible expression, holding one hand with French manicured nails over the other across her chest. Although all of these women are well dressed, the small details that display an innate affection for aesthetics in this one's appearance truly makes her stand out. The fashionista. Oh come on, don't make it sound like it's awful work or whatever. This is a great job. You should be happy to work with beauties like us, don't you think? At least, if I were an unruly looking man like him, I'd be pretty darn grateful. Wow. We're gonna have words. Fella. Holy shit, look at that fucking abs on this fella. I can call them fellas, right? That's the whole point, is they're cross-dressing. The girl's expression gradually turns to one of shock as I feel my features twist into a grimace. Around the room, there's an awkward peal of laughter. Oops, I totally didn't mean it as an insult, I swear, I just meant... Before she can continue, Nanase takes a half step closer to her and places a hand on her shoulder. Now, Kaede-chan. Beauty is certainly in the eye of the beholder. Well, until they're forced to acknowledge what's under our skirts anyway. The mood easily settles down, everyone's shoulders resting in their usual position. Can't help but be thankful for Nanase. Or at least, I am until she turns to me with a devilish grin that induces a full body shiver. Suppose there's not much point in my asking since you've already been taken on by the higher-ups, but what do you think about otokonoko like us, Mr. Manager?
We would just say manager.
Are we cute enough for you? Or... so cute. I want to say it. Well, someone has amazing taste. I can't blame you for feeling that way. Not at all. I don't need them to explain to me what's going on, because I, as the reader, know what's going on, and I assume the character will get it there eventually. I must agree, I do quite love these dresses. Now, ladies, we can talk about fashion another time. For now we have customers waiting for us, don't we? Why don't we start by hearing your introduction, Mr. Manager? Then maybe you can tell us something about yourself. Then again, it seems like you're getting nice and cozy with Sena-chan already. Heh. Nanase-kun, please, it's not like that. Oh, it isn't, my bad. Sorry about that, mister. Why don't you continue? Polite or... I don't think it really matters. Be polite to start with. My name's John. From today forward, I'll be the manager at the Girls Cafe. I look forward to working together. As for something about myself, well... I only moved to Akihabara today, so I hope you'll be patient with me. Just today, huh? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Moving all the way here to work at a cafe like this. You're a bit of a wild card. The woman standing next to Nanase moves closer to the front of my desk, brushing her long hair out of her face as she does so. Great to meet you, Belle-san. I'm Hayasaka Kaede. Let's enjoy our time here together, okay? Let's all work together for the sake of this cafe. Yes. Now then, we should probably get back on the floor, don't you think? It'd be awful if all of our customers left while we were chatting it up in here. I'm sure Mr. Manager agrees. You think on his first day he could have showed up, you know, not in the middle of the working day? Possibly? Yes, I suppose you're right. Great, time to get back to work, ladies. Is there anything I can help with, I guess? Oh, you don't already have some sort of plan figured out? Shame, Mr. Manager. Maybe you should have prepared a little more, huh? Despite her playful tone of voice and expression, There's a certain disappointment hidden behind Nanase's eyes. Even though we've only known each other a couple of minutes, our personalities are clashing. I just offered if I could help with anything. I didn't say, like, what should I do? Just said, do you need a hand with anything? But perhaps over time, that'll change if I make an effort to get to know her better. For now, the best thing I can do is to ensure I don't make the situation any worse. Punch her. Well, no, I wasn't given many details on the job before or after I was hired, quite honestly. So I've just been playing it by ear up until now. I do hope that each of you as my subordinates, nice, will support me as I come up with a proper plan of action for this cafe. I, of course, would like all of us to succeed together. My, what a chivalrous thing to say. I must admit I am charmed. I will help you however I can. Karuki-kun, thank you. You two done flirting? There are masters waiting to be served, you know. Yeah, no offense, but I'd like to get out of this stuffy room as soon as possible. It's gonna give me a breakout. Why don't you shadow us for today? That's probably the easiest solution to this dilemma. Yes, can I have a uniform, please? I would like one of those two. I like that one. This one might be. I guess my character doesn't have the abs to rock that one. We'll show you how we service our clients, and you'll get a better understanding of the cafe's inner workings in exchange. That's a fantastic idea, Karuki-kun. I'm glad you think so. Nanase seems like the most, capable so far? I mean, they all seem pretty capable, it doesn't matter, I don't think. You want to follow me around? Fine with that as long as you don't cause any trouble for me. You have my word. Good. Come along then, Mr. Manager. When you say it like that, you make him sound like your pet. My pet? We'll see about that. Like Ichi, that's not a very funny joke. It's as Hayasaka-san says. We don't want to scare our new manager away on his first day, do we? Fine, I'll tone it down, for the time being. In any case, I'm not exactly making the best impression, am I? Nanase flips her hair out of her face with a pouty sigh before batting her eyelashes in my direction. For as fake as it appears, I'm admittedly charmed. I'll be taking care of you today, Mr. Manager. Let's try to get along, shall we? The platinum blonde holds out a hand to me, bowing ever so slightly as she does so. With all eyes on me, I don't hesitate to take her hand in mine. Yes, let's get along, Nanase-kun. With that, the five of us shuffle towards the door with me at the very rear. Everyone's eager to get a breath of fresh air at this point. Once we're on the floor, everyone splits up. Karuki heads back outside with her stack of flyers while Ayase and Hayasaka move to either side of the cafe proper. I follow Nanase behind the counter. I instantly notice the display case is full of wonderful pastries, baked goods, and even some sandwiches in the refrigerated section, accompanied by bottled drinks of all varieties. Wait, who the fuck cooks all this stuff then? Do we have a chef somewhere? On top of the counter, there's a cash register that's so vintage in style that one might suspect it to be just for show, even though there's a debit card processor plugged into it. No matter how you look at it, this is undoubtedly a cafe. Despite the unconventional choice of employees, it has all the necessary fixings. It's almost too normal. There's nothing about the place that immediately makes you think, wow, what a cafe! Just you wait, fella. All of a sudden, Nanase hops in front of me, smiling. Hey, Mr. Manager, you seem to be thinking pretty hard. What's on your mind? The cafe. She plants her arms firmly on her hips, twisting her lips downwards. Is that all? Boring. Well, never mind that for now. We have a master to serve. Keep your eyes peeled, you're about to witness a pro at work. As Nanase speaks, she directs me to turn around. Smiling customers approach the counter with their bill. The blue-eyed girl effortlessly shifts stances, her posture becoming indescribably adorable in a flash. What can I help you with today, master? Even the pitch of her voice has become cuter. Watching Nanase work, her magic feels much like watching a stage play. I'd like to pay for my meal. Of course, master. Allow me to serve you. Nanase takes the bill from the man's hand, her fingers brushing against his in the process. His cheeks go bright red, but Nanase only giggles and grins. This is Japan, that means they're married now, basically. She reads the total off to him, and they quickly sort out the payment. Thankfully, since I worked at a convenience store when I was younger, I'm already familiar with how to work a register, but I do pay close attention, just in case. Thank you for allowing me to serve you, master. Please come again. Nanase bows as the man begins to walk away. Customer, I will definitely be back. Oh, the customer's saying that. They didn't format that properly. Once he's left through the doors, she stands back up. What do you think? Great work. That's all I can say, honestly. As expected. Again and again, I watched as Nanase sends each customer away with a big smile and a thick sheet of blush, whether they're male or occasionally female. Clearly, this is a practiced talent of hers, and it deserves my respect. Even when things seem as if they're about to go awry, this woman skillfully reels the situation in before it can escalate. By the time Nanase's lunch break comes around, I can't help but wonder why she isn't the manager here. If no one else, she must be qualified. That's what I was wondering, like, why were they so desperate for a manager? I mean, not everybody would want to be a manager, but she seems pretty capable. Well then, I'm gonna grab something to eat. Meet back here in 15 minutes? Alright, enjoy your meal. Unsure what else to do and not wanting to bother anyone else in the midst of their work, I head to my office to look over the files there. I fall against the chair of my newly appointed office, heaving a sigh. All the day's exhaustion suddenly crushes my shoulders like a tidal wave. Somehow, my muscles have even become sore. As it turns out, learning on the job is quite stressful. Of course, it doesn't help that I've never seen a type who's perfectly sociable. I've never been the type who is perfectly sociable. Getting to know 4 people in a single day is surely a feat. Before I can fully relax, however, the door creaks open a sliver. A pair of gem-like eyes meet mine. Nanase's head slips through the doorway, and she gives me a smirk that sends a chill down my spine. I sure hope you won't be slacking off on us too much, Mr. Manager. Since this is your first day, I'll be lenient. Just don't forget this cafe is our treasured haven. What the fuck? I deserve a break too. I'm in my office as well. I was about to go through files. If you do something to ruin the atmosphere, well... Oh god! Okay, Sean did say I might have to censor or like crop a little bit. I think probably need to... You can imagine what's there. It's not a vagina, so it's a little bit censored. It just needs a little bit of censoring there. In the gap between sentences, the slender woman slips into the room, resting her back against the door. In a single swift movement, she grabs the hem of her apron and lifts it just above her waist. No matter how hard I try, I can't peel my eyes away from the hypnotizing pitch blackness of her undergarments. Rather, the distinct distortion in the fabric that clears any doubts I had about what may or may not be under Nanase's skirt. I won't be afraid to punish you a little. Got it? Heh. With that, she drops her apron and once again steps into the hallway, leaving only parts of her visage visible to me. You hear about people putting up metaphorical walls between themselves and others, but she's doing it quite literally, and proudly nonetheless. All I can do is gulp and respond with a small nod of my head. The way this woman is holding my gaze is absolutely mesmerizing. Feels as if every molecule of my being is at her command in this moment. This man is a terrible, terrible manager. This subordinate is being like threatening to you. I'd be like, right, you're suspended for a week, get out. Have a better attitude when you come back. Then, as if everything's fine, Nanase giggles and closes the door behind her. It's almost as if she was never there to begin with. What in the world have I gotten myself into? Newly employed at the Girls Cafe as the replacement manager. After months of searching for a job, the stars have aligned and I find myself in a veritable paradise. From now on, I'll be surrounded by the most beautiful cross-dressers Akihabara has to offer. Can a man ask for more? Depends what a man wants, I suppose. Thank you for playing the Girls demo. Hope you had a great time getting to know each of the girls. Don't forget there are more options to explore if you hadn't had enough yet. Okay, well there you go. That was the demo for Girls. Very interesting game. Quite a unique game. Haven't played anything like this before. It does look like there's like a scene for each girl right now. That was the Sena scene. There's also these two here that I didn't go to, and we got the Nanase scene. If you're interested, it is just a free demo on Steam. It's got a Kickstarter on right now. Looks like the Kickstarter will be done on November 12th, so if you're interested, you can go find it there. I'll have a link to, I guess, both the Kickstarter page and Steam page in the description below. There you go, that was the Girls demo. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!